Symbiosis is important because without it, there would be no complex life and no human beings. So, what exactly is symbiosis? In its strictest definition, it simply means together with life. Pretty vague, I know. So, let me give you my nickel's worth of opinion on the matter, at least from my perspective as a research scientist with a doctorate in zoology and emphasis in cell biology. Symbiosis comes in layers like an onion. So let's start with the outer layer. This outer layer constitutes an ecosystem, but not just any ecosystem. It comprises a super ecosystem that interconnects with other systems. Think of a rainforest. That's pretty big, right? But an entire ocean is even bigger. And oceans connect all land masses together. Therefore, all ecosystems in the oceans and on land are connected together. Sort of like the butterfly effect Ian Malcolm talks about in Jurassic Park. Okay, let's peel that layer back and dig down even further. Think of a small wetlands ecosystem. That should be more manageable. Other than unforeseen weather conditions, geothermal events, or asteroids, all the life forms in that system depend mainly upon each other for the maintenance of that ecosystem. Frogs, insects, bats, birds, mice, bobcats, reeds, weeds, mushrooms, and lowly peat bacteria all help to sustain and stabilize that ecosystem. Now let's peel the onion back to the next level, to communities of organisms such as ourselves. Humans are certainly not unique in developing and maintaining complex societies, but since we love admiring ourselves so much in the mirror, we'll use ourselves as a prime example. Humans are truly amazing organisms, for sure. They have the potential to create complex societies with layers of interacting governing systems. All of this evolved from simple familial groups like hunter-gatherer clans and tribes to generate vast civilizations and empires. By providing stable sources of agriculture, animal husbandry, permanent residencies, and methods of transportation, such civilizations have encouraged and nurtured fine arts, invention, science, medicine, and other innovations. Unfortunately, there have also been destructive paths, but that is a story for another time. So let's peel the onion back to another layer, that of a single human being. A human being, like any other multicellular organism, is incredibly complex, almost like a civilization unto itself. It has its own federal government per se, the brain, which decides what agencies, that is systems, must be called upon at any given moment to maintain the whole of the organism in real time. These systems include the many tissues and organs that comprise a living human being. Okay, enough said on all that. Let's peel several layers of that onion still further by checking out single cells. This includes protozoa as well, which function as complete organisms within single cells. Single cells are incredibly complex in their own right. However, let's keep this simple and to the point. Single cells have a cell membrane around them to keep them from falling apart. This cellular bag contains cytoplasm with many enzymes and other molecules involved in keeping the cell alive. It also includes organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, and the nucleus. It is at this level that I begin my discussion on endosymbiosis. So what is endosymbiosis? Endosymbiosis means symbionts that reside within the cell as opposed to those that interact with it on the outside of the cell membrane. It is commonly agreed by scientists and educators that the mitochondria and chloroplast are derived from cellular endosymbionts. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, which produces sugar from water and carbon dioxide using sunlight. Starch is sugar in a stored form. But you knew all that, right? I assume you also knew that mitochondria break down sugar remnants from fermentation back into water and carbon dioxide in order to release energy into cells. Since plants and not animals have chloroplasts, the animals must eat the plants to get this sugar and starch. And of course, the meat eaters do their thing, and so on. Okay, so far so good. Everything I've said here is incredibly non-controversial. Okay, what onion layer, if any, is yet to be peeled? Well, since you asked, I'll peel that final layer for you. That layer is the cell nucleus. And if you think that's controversial, you are absolutely correct about that. In fact, it's so controversial that you'll never find it discussed in any textbook even today. So you may ask, why is that? Again, you'll have to ask the arbitrators of knowledge as to why that particular subject is absolutely verboten. In my opinion, verboten is a word that has no place in the realm of science. It reeks of dogma, censorship, peer pressure, and outright religious fanaticism. Science should not be a religion based upon immutable convictions or self-serving agendas. Science should be about discovery, wherever and whatever it is. If that discovery throws into question current scientific tenets, so be it. The only thing that should be sacred in science is whatever unvarnished truth it reveals. Final layer is peeled. Or is it? Contact me. I won't bite if you don't. fabernathy@mail.com